Hi, I'm Father Joe. I've got a great one for you today. A young nun and an older nun are driving in a car and they're on their way, and all of a sudden up in the distance on a road sign, the devil himself appears and he's shaking his stick at them, and the younger nun starts to panic. She said, "What do we do, sister? What do we do?" The older nun says, "Don't panic. You be calm and pray." So they began to pray, and all of a sudden the devil appeared on the hood of their car, and he's shaking at them and making faces. And again the younger nun, "Oh, sister, what do we do?" The elder nun says, "Don't panic. Pray." Well, now the devil turns into a bat, and he's pressed right against their windshield, and he's making terrible faces and saying terrible things. And the young nun says, "Sister, what do we do?" And the elder nun says, "That's it. Show him your cross." At this point, the younger nun rolled down her window and yelled, "Get off the windshield!" I don't think that's what she meant. Let's take a look at today's question. All right. A good question today. Dear Father Joe, what does the church teach about cremation? What happens to us when we die? Do we believe in reincarnation? Okay, there's a lot of good questions there, and we're going to get to them, but we have to lay some foundation work first. So first of all, as Catholics, this is really important, folks. We believe in the resurrection of the body. A lot of times we miss this, but we say it right at the end of the creed. The creed we say at baptisms, that we believe in the resurrection of the body. Remember that in Genesis, after God made us, he said, "It is good," and that there's nothing we can do that changes what God states. So we are good. Our bodies are good. And as Catholics, we believe that when Jesus took flesh, he made all flesh sacred. Now, this is why I refuse to lose weight. I don't want to lose any of my sanctity, All right. Anyway, with all this understanding, we see that we have a different idea than a lot of other people. We believe that our bodies are sacred, that Jesus made them so, and that our bodies are destined for heaven. This is referred to over and over in the scriptures, and a lot of times we miss it. So how we treat our bodies on earth is very important, because they will be with us together in heaven. Where do we get this theology? Well, we get it from a couple places because we're Catholic. We get it from the sacred scripture and the sacred tradition. Let's look at the Bible first. Again, we already looked at Genesis. We talked about Jesus taking flesh, particularly in John 1. But there are other biblical references that I want to give you right now. There is 1 Corinthians 6, 13 to 15, and 19 to 20. In this, Paul lays down our belief in the resurrection of the body. Also, in 1 Corinthians 15, 50 to 56, Paul describes how our heavenly bodies will be different. Now, in terms of different, it doesn't mean we get perfect abs. I checked on that. So this covers some of the sacred scripture passages. Let's take a look at the Catechism. Particularly important here is section 290, where it says, quote, "The resurrection of the flesh means not only that our immortal soul will live on after death, but even our mortal body will come to life again." So if our bodies are sacred and destined for heaven, then we already have the beginnings of our answers, don't we? First of all, the Catholic Church rejects any idea of reincarnation. If our bodies are destined for heaven, and we believed in reincarnation, which body gets there? Our catechism says that there's no, quote, "pool of souls" for reincarnated beings. Now you can look in the book of Hebrews, chapter 9, verse 27 for an important message on that. How about cremation? Well, the church allows cremation. And in the catechism, it says, the church permits cremation, listen to this, provided that it does not demonstrate a denial of faith in the resurrection of the body. Okay, that's from sections 2301. It's important to note that the actual cremation should be done after the funeral mass. So what happens when we die? Well, this one's a little more involved. Putting it in the briefest possible terms, we will have to face two judgments. First, the specific judgment at the moment of our death. This is the one you hear all the jokes about, standing before the gates of heaven. This judgment takes place at our deaths. Our souls bear this decision out, but not our bodies, not yet. Secondly, at the end of time when Jesus returns, all of creation will be judged, and our souls will join our bodies at our final destination. So folks, let's treat those bodies right. We're going to have them forever. In Enjoy another day in God's presence.